Good morning children. How are you all? Hope you all are doing good. So children, in today's class we are going to start a new lesson. Lesson number 6. Climate of our country. Okay, climate of our country. So in this lesson we are going to learn about the difference between the weather and the climate, the factors affecting the climatic conditions and also the seasons of our country. Okay. So children, when we are talking about that, today is a rainy day, or today it is very cold, or today it is very cool and pleasant. What we are talking about? It is the weather condition of that day, of a place, is it? We are talking about the weather. So what is the weather? Weather is a condition of atmosphere. Okay, it is a condition of atmosphere at place over a short period of time. Okay, so this weather prevails only for a short period of time. So this weather may change from day to day and also even from hour to hour. Okay, so when we are talking that sometimes in the morning it will be cool, pleasant day. By the afternoon we can see the cloudy, and in the evening it may rain. By the night it will be too cold. So in the same day there are different types of weather, is it? So this weather prevails only for a short period of time at a particular place. Okay, so not only for a day to day, sometimes it changes from day to day. The whole day will be very hot, the next day it will be somewhat rainy. So the weather changes, okay, from day to day. So today it may be a rainy day the whole day, the next day it may be bright sun, we can, the clear sky we can see, and the climate will be cool and pleasant. And even the weather changes from hour to hour. Morning it will be too cold. By the afternoon, okay, after 2 or 3 hours, it will be hot. So the weather changes from day to day and even from hour to hour. So this weather prevails for a short period of time. Okay, so weather is, what is mean by weather? Weather is the atmospheric condition of a place over a short period of time. Okay, so this weather prevails only for a short period of time, and this weather may change from day to day and even it change from hour to hour. Okay, so now what is the climate? So now when we see that the Himadri region is very cold, so we are talking about the whole Himadri region. So that is not a weather condition, it is a climate over there, and the coastal areas are warm and humid. Okay, so we are talking about not a particular place, we are talking about the whole region, whole coastal area. So we are talking about not the weather, we are talking about the climate of that place. Okay, so the Himadri region is very cold. The whole Himadri region is very cold. Is it? It is because of snow-covered area, so it is very cold there. Compared to South India, those regions are very cold, and the coastal areas are warm and humid. So here we are talking about the climate. Okay, not weather. So climate. So what do you mean by climate? Climate refers to the weather conditions. Okay, it refers to the weather conditions of a large area. Okay, it refers to the weather conditions of a large area taken over a long period of time. So this climate it prevails for a long period of time, whereas weather it prevails only for a short period of time. The weather may change from day to day and even from hour to hour. But what is the climate? Climate refers to the weather condition. Okay, it refers to the weather condition of a large area. Okay, when we are talking about the Himadri and the coastal areas, we are not talking about just a particular place. We are talking about the large area. Okay, Himadri is very cold. The coastal areas are warm and humid. So we are talking about the large area. Okay, so here climate refers to the weather condition. Okay, the weather condition of a large area. from day to day and even from heart to heart. Whereas climate, so what is a climate? Climate refers to the weather conditions of a large area. Okay, the weather condition of a large area taken over a long period of time. So this climate prevails for a long period of time. Okay, so the clothes we wear and the food we eat depend on the climatic condition of the place where we live in. Okay, the clothes we wear and the food we eat, it depend upon the climatic condition of the place where we live in. Okay, so normally the climate of the South India, it is moderate. It's not too hot or not too cold. When compared to the North India, the region like Himadri region, Arunachal Pradesh, it is too cold there. So the people, the clothes they wear in that region and the people wear in the South India where the climate is moderate is different. Okay, so because in that region it is too cold. Okay, when we are talking about Shimla, Arunachal Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Himadri region, those areas are very cold, is it? So the people wear very thick fur dress because to protect from the cold. Okay, whereas when compared, for example, we can take the desert region Rajasthan. So what is the climatic condition of that Rajasthan? It is very hot and dry, is it? So they do not wear very thick clothes because it is very hot in that area compared to the places like Arunachal Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, okay, Himadri region. So the clothes they wear, it differ from the places. Okay, the clothes we wear and the food we eat, it depend upon the climatic condition of the place where we are living. Okay, so some places are very cold, so they want to wear very thick dress, woolen dress, okay, to protect their body from the cold. Whereas in some areas it is very hot, so they wear cotton loose dress, okay, to protect from the heat. Okay, so the clothes we wear, it depend upon the climatic condition of the place where we live in. Okay, so the two important elements are the temperature and rainfall. Okay, temperature and rainfall are two important elements that affect climate. Okay, so which are the two important elements that affect the climate? Temperature and rainfall. Okay, temperature and rainfall are two important elements that affect climate. Okay, so as I told you before, in India the temperature and rainfall vary from season to season. Okay, not in all the season we get rainfall, or not all the seasons will be very hot or cold. Okay, so in India the temperature and rainfall vary from season to season. Okay, so some places are hot whereas some places are cold, and some places receives heavy rainfall where the others get no rainfall or little rainfall, and some places are affected by floods but some are affected by drought. So in India the temperature and rainfall vary from place season to season. Okay, so now we will learn which are the factors that affect the climatic condition of that place. So there are certain factors which affect the climate. Okay, the certain factors which affect the climate are: first, how far it is from the equator. Okay, how far the place is from the equator. The second is how high it is from the sea level. Okay, how high it is from the sea level. And the third is how far it is from the sea. Okay, how far is from the sea. And the fourth one is direction of winds. And the fifth is direction of mountains. So these are certain factors which affect the climatic condition of a place. Now we will learn one by one. So the first one is how far it is from the equator. is it? Because these places get the direct sun rays, okay, direct sun rays, whereas the places which are far away from the equator, they get the slanting rays of the sun. Okay, so the places which are very far away from the equator, okay, like the frigid zone, so it is too cold over there. Okay, we call the Tundra region and all. So it is too cold over there. So at the equator, the sun rays are direct, and the places which are away from the equator, they get the slanting rays of sun. Okay, slanting rays of sun. So that is why areas near the poles are very cold. Okay, so the poles which are the North Pole and the South Pole, we call it as frigid zone, right? So those places are very cold because those places are very far away from the equator. So equator gets the direct sun rays compared to the other places far away, they get the slanting rays of sun. So the places near the equator is very hot and dry. Okay, but the places which are far away from the equator, the poles, okay, the frigid zone, it is very cold. The next is how high from sea level. Okay, how high from sea level. The higher we go, the temperature decreases. Okay, the higher we go, the cooler we feel. Okay, so only the mountain regions, okay, they are very cold because it is high from the land surface, is it? So height of a place is measured from sea level. Okay, the height of a place, it is measured from the sea level. So how high from the sea level? So people go to the hill stations. Okay, hill stations like Shimla, Mussoorie. So they are very high from the sea level. Those areas are very cold. Okay, so during the summer, the people go to the hill stations to protect from the sun. Okay, from the heat. Okay, so those areas are very cold. So the higher we go, the temperature decreases. Okay, the temperature decreases with increase in height. Compare the temperature of Chennai and Ooty. Ooty is very cool and pleasant, is it? When compared to Chennai, because the Chennai is the Ooty is the higher places. It is high from the sea level. So Mount Abu in Rajasthan is also cool in summer. So Mount Abu, it is in Rajasthan. How is the climate in the Rajasthan? It is very hot and dry. But Mount Abu is cool. Why? Because of its height. Okay. So because of its height. So as I told you before, the higher we go, the temperature decreases. So we feel cooler. Okay. So the higher we go, the cooler we feel. Okay. So the Rajasthan climate, it is very hot and dry, is it? But Mount Abu, it is cool because of its height. Same way Kilimanjaro. So Kilimanjaro is in Africa, which is towards the equator region, is it? So the places near the equator, they get the direct sun rays. So those places are very hot and dry. But here the Kilimanjaro, these mountains are in Africa, located near the equator. Okay, near the equator. But still the peak remains snow covered. Okay, this Kilimanjaro remains snow covered because of its height. Okay, so the higher we go, the temperature decreases. So even this Kilimanjaro in Africa, so this place is near to the equator. This is covered with snow because of its height. So only the how high from the sea level. So the place is measured from the sea level. So as we go higher, the temperature decreases. Okay. The third is how far it is from the sea. How far it is from the sea. So the places near the sea, the land gets heated up very quickly and it cools down very quickly. Is it? So the land near the sea will be, the temperature will be, it is moderate. So the water in the sea, it's not too hot, not too cold also. So climate over the sea is moderate. Okay, climate over the sea is moderate. It is not too hot, not too cold also. The places near the sea are affected by these temperature only. The places near the sea, the temperature is moderate. It is not too hot, not too cold, because the land gets heated up very fast and it cools down very fast. Okay, so the cool land breeze, cool breeze coming from the sea make the land cooler. Okay, so the places which are far away from the sea, it is very hot. Okay, places far away from the sea have hot summers and cold winters. Such climate is called extreme. For example, it is Delhi. So the places which are far away from the sea, they experience the extreme of the temperature. Okay, so they feel very hot during the summer and cold in winters. The places which are far away from the sea. Okay, the next is direction of winds. Direction of winds. So direction of winds also affect the climate. So as we have learned in the previous class that from the Rajasthan, in the Rajasthan area, the hot winds blow called Loo. Okay, the hot winds blow towards the Uttar Pradesh and Delhi during the summer. It is a hot, dry winds. So even the direction of the winds also affect the climate. Winds coming from the sea bring rain. Okay, the winds which are blowing from the sea bring rain, and India gets rain in summer from the southwest wind called as monsoon. Okay, so winters in India are practically dry except the north and eastern coastal plains. So direction of the wind is also one of the factors which affect the climatic condition of the place. And the last is direction of mountains. So the direction of mountains, if the mountain is opposite to the direction of the wind, it helps in causing rains. Okay, so if the mountains, so this mountains, when the wind is blowing opposite to the direction, these mountains stop the wind and it falls rainfall to that particular area. Is it? So if the direction of the mountain is opposite to the direction of the wind, it helps in causing rain. For example is Western Ghats. Okay, so even the direction of the mountain also helps in the climatic condition of the place. So if the mountains are opposite direction the wind is blowing, these mountains stop the wind there and it causes rainfall to that region. So this example is Western Ghats. So which are the factors that affecting the climatic condition? That is how far it is from the equator, how high it is from the sea level, and how far it is from the sea, direction of winds, direction of mountains. So these are certain factors which affect the climatic condition of a place. So next we'll move on to the seasons of India. So children, here I am going to end the session. In the next session I am going to continue the same lesson. So we are going to learn about the seasons of India in the next class. Okay children?